Work's over. And now it's time to go off the clock. Your favorite destination for the hottest sports topics, fantasy insight, betting lines, and game predictions. Sit back, kick off your shoes. You can even crack a cold one. And enjoy the show. Now, here are your hosts, Tyler, Jake, and Rob.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, fellas? We're back.
Another week. Got the whole crew here today.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Rob?
Hey, Jake, I'm good. Jake, how was that nap you did on Sunday?
Yeah, I just woke up about 30 minutes ago. I was almost late to this show as well because I was still sleeping.
This guy, man, we get it. Everybody's busy. Shit happens. Just, I might be hungover one morning and say I slept in too. We'll see.
It would be your first reschedule.
I mean, we've rescheduled. Have I missed though?
Ooh.
Not any Sunday shows. Not any Sunday shows.
No Sunday shows.
I even drove back.
Get you there.
Hungover after 3 nights of drinking at the beach.
I might as well do it too.
I was driving, so I had the most excuse of everybody here. So.
Left me out to dry. The off the clock nation knows it, but it's fine. It's fine. We pick each other up when we're down. But man, another week's in the books. At least in the NFL season. MLB, We got the World Series matchup now. NBA's kicking off. What do you guys want to start with today?
How bad the Lakers suck.
Well, I mean, that's just an everyday thing now. How bad the Lakers suck nowadays.
Man, I'll say something about my Mavericks now. The sample size is way, way, way too small. But they currently have the most efficient offense in the history of the NBA. I'm not gonna say that's gonna happen.
Relax.
Okay, yeah. I agree. Like I said, the sample size is way too small, but I think I've seen enough to be, I guess, optimistic about the future. I think they got better.
Yeah, y'all are sitting
after
in
a
the
Western
9th seed
Conference
right
final
now.
run.
Yeah.
I mean, what, they're 2-1?
1-1.
1-1.
You guys haven't even played this year. You're playing now. Just started. No, you're not playing now. Sorry, you're playing like 15 minutes against the Pelicans.
Man, they should have won the
should
first
get that
game
one.
against the Suns. That guy off the bench went for 14 in the fourth or something.
Yeah.
But
y'all gotta get this one tonight. No Ingram, no Zion.
yeah.
Zion. Oh yeah, Zion's hurt again. Oh, shocker.
But your boy Tim Hardaway is out though, so I don't know. It's regular season.
He was out almost all the
big
season
spider.
last year, but yeah, so early, man. I think the way that the NBA is set up now, back in the day, it was like, the first, 1 through 3, maybe 1 through 4 seeds are the only teams that have like a legitimate chance. I think as long as you can get into the dance here and not have to play those stupid play-in games, I think you're good. At least you have a shot to make a run.
Are the playoffs? Don't they have like a mid-season tournament to determine something like that? Don't they? Didn't I read about that?
They talked about doing a mid-season tournament, but
no,
they didn't actually do it. Okay, good.
No.
I mean, I think the reasoning is like, what would it determine? What would be the point of it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just remember reading something about it, and I was just like, "This is probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen."
I think I might have seen where it's like, if you win the tournament, you automatically get an entry into the playoffs. Like it's just a bunch of 1-game series, a short little bracket. But I could be wrong.
Yeah,
on that.
so I'm reading now. It's not in a place yet, but I think it's in place next year. Yeah, it's next year. They're following the WNBA. So I guess the WNBA does the exact same thing of it.
I think that's fucking stupid.
Man, this is a little side thing just because it came to my mind. I was asked a question. Like, if you could change one rule or anything like that in any sport, what would it be? I was like, you lower the WNBA goal to 9 foot.
No, I think it's easy. I think
You
the
let them
number one
dunk.
rule that needs to be changed in all major sports is the MLB needs to get rid of the fucking home plate umpire, or the home plate umpire needs to hold a tablet that calls balls and strikes.
I think
There's
well
way
there
too many balls and
well
strikes.
if
They're
you
missing too many calls. It's
well
ridiculous.
in the minor leagues and the not the minor leagues particularly, but there's other leagues
It was
out there like
low A ball
low
that
A
was using
leagues
the
that
robot
are
ump.
trying out the a system where the batter can challenge the pitch and it's like really fast, like within 5 seconds they use the K zone and they'll show it and be like, all right, it was a ball, then you could go. A batter can
Just don't
challenge.
see why a home plate umpire can't hold a little tablet behind the catcher as soon as it sees he can call it. There's the human error in the MLB is ridiculous, man.
Well,
It's
I
like,
think that's part
ugh,
of the sport, though.
Let me
nah,
say
bro.
this, Jake,
Fuck
because
that.
I'm on team
I mean,
no
there's human
robot
error in
ump,
everything.
man.
I don't want no robot behind there.
I think it, now
Keep a human back
consistency
there.
consistency behind the plate is huge. But if he's calling strikes 3 inches outside or on one side of the plate, and he's consistently calling it throughout the game, then you just got to be able to adjust as long as it's consistent. But when you get people calling, 1 inning super out, and then the next they're calling something like an inch or two in, like you can't widen the strike zone. But everybody's, as long as their strike zone's consistent,
I just think
guess.
umpires and referees of any major league sport should be held accountable. Like, bro, if you're having a bad fucking couple games, you need to like go to like sit. You need to be reprimanded. You need to be disciplined.
They need
Like,
to.
Well, I think
We
Angel
talked about this a
Hernandez,
couple
the
of weeks
king of it.
ago.
Angel Hernandez.
Me
He
and
needs
Rob
to be-
talked
no,
about this a couple of weeks ago without you, I think.
Yeah,
But
Angel Hernandez just needs to be fired from the MLB at this point. Like,
It's
I
like
know
something
you know
like
why
that. Like they
he's still
they don't get
employed,
disciplined.
but yeah, like as Tyler said, me and Tyler talked about this a few weeks ago, and I think it's more about if the referees and umpires are unionized and then reprimanded by the league, and in order for that to happen, they have to be paid actual salary, and some of these people are not being paid salary; they're only being paid like for part time work because it's not their full job. So like
subject to
if they were
fines, subject to interviews.
yeah, like why did you
just
call
like
this
all the
pitch like
players.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
So
I
yeah,
fully agree.
so-
They and like Jake mentioned too, I think they should have to go through like intensive. I don't know if training is the right word, but intensive. Like they have to be able to, have certain vision. I think they have to have certain like reaction speed. And there's simple cognitive tests that they have to run through. That when combined and put together, they have to meet a certain standard to be able to stay each and every year. I think.
yeah,
I mean,
I think
why aren't there
I
like?
think
Sorry, I keep on
No, go
interrupting
ahead.
you, but like,
No,
why
go
aren't
ahead.
there young people out there with more ability to move around easier on the field, be able to see better potentially, things like that? I mean, as long as you know the rule book from top to bottom, I mean, that's the number one thing, obviously. But like, there's some physical, I think, standard should be set in stone. Because I hate to say it, but give me a NFL official's name. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but like Ed Hockley back when he was still in the league, like that guy was in tip-top shape for his age. So okay,
he's built. And a lot of these dudes are. I mean, a lot of the college guys are built. Like,
but you see some guys out there like, and I guarantee you, there's a reason, or they might not be in like the perfect position at every single time. I don't know.
yeah.
But
I mean, one thing I think that should definitely change is the rule that roughing the passer in the NFL needs to be challenged.
oh yeah, Micah
it
Parsons got
shouldn't
caught with the
just
bullshit one this past
yeah,
week.
it's still getting ridiculous. So, what do we think about this past week in NFL, fellas? What was your biggest oh my god moment? Like who caught your eye? Who's the team to talk about? Who's the team to be like, all right, it's time to blow?
I was watching the Cowboys game with my uncle and a couple other friends up at Hooters.
Hooters.
And we got the game on, of course, and side story, but I walked into Hooters like 5 minutes after kickoff. They had only one TV throughout the whole thing on football. I couldn't fucking believe it. I was just drilling into them about it, and no bottled beer. Anyways, I'm sitting there watching the Cowboys game, and
Jake
I keep looking over.
Oh,
During,
who the fuck drinks bottled beer at a sports bar, Tyler Gray?
you get buckets,
Tyler.
baby.
He's looking for the bucket.
Yeah, I hear you.
He wants the $12 bucket with the 6.
It keeps it stays cooler. I mean,
That's fine.
draft beer
I
has
hear you.
a
But here's
steeper
the thing,
hangover.
Tyler, just to segue to that. Why did you go to Hooters? Like, of all places to go to.
Twin Peaks, baby. You got Twin Peaks over Hooters all day.
Look, I wanted to go to this place called the Texas Huddle. That's right here, close to me. They're not a chain, but they're built like a chain. I used to go to Hooters all the time. My uncle wanted to go somewhere without a whole lot of people because he was hungover from the Astros game the day before. So that's where we went. But I'm not going back to Hooters for a long, long time.
I have a quick question for you, Tyler. Kind of talking about women and stuff. Is your lady a fan of going to places like that, or is she kind of like standoffish from stuff like that?
She doesn't really mind at all. She actually worked at Hooters in college. So
Sure.
Fair enough.
So I mean, yeah, she can't really say anything about that.
I know some. No, I know some women. Haley, my girlfriend, she loves Twin Peaks. I mean, she really loves the food though too. We think Twin Peaks actually has good food.
I mean, look, if I was sitting there talking about another girl's Hooters, like I might get slapped upside the head and put in time out for a couple of weeks.
No, I know. I
but,
just know some women just don't even like going places like that.
No, I understand the question. But anyway, sorry folks, getting back on topic. I'm sitting there watching the Cowboys game, and I keep looking over during commercials. It's 7-0 in Carolina. It's 14-0 in Carolina. It's 14-3. It's 21-3. Game's over. Carolina beats Tampa Bay 21-3 with PJ Walker as a quarterback. The whole time I'm sitting there, like just waiting for Tampa Bay to finally start clicking. They're not going to lose on the road to a real shitty Carolina team who's just traded away their most effective offensive weapon. I mean, like what's going on with the Bucks? I guess was my biggest takeaway this week. Are they contenders still in y'all's eyes?
No,
they're done. You think?
I feel ashamed that I said they'd come out of the NFC in the beginning of the year.
I mean, I don't think there's anything like wrong with that statement, though.
I think that line is dog shit, though. I think y'all said it in the beginning. The line's just too banged up. They lost too many guys. I mean, Brady definitely doesn't look the same, but then you do have, I mean, the freak.
Well, you got Mike Evans dropping. Yeah.
I think that was a freak thing, though.
But even then,
your boy CD Lamb loves to do it all the time. Your boy CD Lamb eats a bag of popcorn before every single game.
I mean, the one thing
150 yards on the ground for Carolina or something.
The one thing I would say about the Bucks, they're just lucky that the fact they're playing in the NFC South, where they do have the Panthers, the Saints, and the Falcons, were pretty much all in rebuild mode. So that's the only thing that's going for him. Tom Brady isn't not having that bad of a year. His completion percentage is about 67%. Has almost 2,000 yards passing. He's TD touchdown interception ratio is 8-1. He's only been sacked 10 times. So I mean, his QBR is dog shit. But
look, I still think their defense is solid. They have solid pieces over there. Their offensive line's obviously banged up in their weakest.
I just think my biggest thing is like Todd Bowles is not a head coach.
No,
he's not a head coach. He's a defensive coordinator at best. Teams need to stop giving these defensive coordinators that were coaches in the past opportunities because they're just not. This game is offensive oriented, not defense. And you're seeing that in New England with Bill Belichick. You're seeing that with Todd Bowles in Tampa. These defense-minded coaches are not performing well because it's an offensive game. It's about putting up numbers, scoring fast, throwing the ball down the field, and it's just not working with that team.
Well, that point or that thing you just said right there, throwing the ball down the field, is something that Tampa Bay has not done at all year. They're missing Gronk, I think, a little bit right now. They don't really have, or he doesn't have a security blanket where he can trust over the middle of the field. Godwin is still, I think, trying to get back to full strength. Julio Jones has been out since week 1.
Godwin's getting 10, 12 targets a game, but he's not throwing deep to him.
That's what I'm saying.
Little pussy slants and shit. He's going 8 for 12 and 60 yards.
Their offense is very
but that's part of the game
right
plan,
now.
though. That's part
It's
of the
not
game plan, and
working.
that's
It's not
my
working.
yeah, no. But again, you're telling a defensive minded coach to focus deep solely on the offense, and that's why they're not performing well on offense.
Like I
So
think Todd Bowles is a fine NFL coach, in my opinion. Him being a head coach, I don't really think if I don't think it matters right here because Byron Leftwich, he's in control of the whole offense. Todd Bowles does nothing on the offensive side of the ball. Bowles is
yeah,
all
but
on defense.
Bowles does have say what the game plan is. He's the head coach, has to go through him. So it's
I
not like people say like, oh, it's all on Brian Leftwich. It's Tom Bowles. The game plan has to go through him for him to approve it. All right. So he does have say on it, on what the game plan is at the end of the day. And right now his game plan is dog shit. All right. When put this perspective. Last year, Brian Leftwich and Tom Brady, they were fucking great for when Bruce Arians was the head coach. All right. Bruce Arians was an offensive head coach, knew what to do, knew what to give for Brian Leftwich and Tom Brady, and that offense performed. Now you switch it to a defensive minded head coach. This is what you get. This is the product you get out of Tampa. The only thing that switched in the team was for head coach wise was the head coach. That was it.
mean, let's segue into. I mean, I don't know what y'all's I guess biggest takeaway was, but is the same thing going on in Green Bay minus the head coach change,
No. So the problem is
or
Green
is
Bay
that
defense is
personnel?
playing fucking. That's defense is playing fucking dog shit, and we have no fucking wide receiver to throw to. Because I was looking at Aaron Rodgers' fucking numbers today, and his numbers are not that bad. Our defense, we lost last week because of our defense, and that's very shocking because our defense should have been performing.
I think the muff punt was a
I know
huge play in the game too, but
special teams again too, but we always like to point at the quarterback because it's like a quarterback driven league, but sometimes it's not the quarterback's fault. I look at Daniel Jones. Everyone said Daniel Jones is dog shit. Like they need to get rid of Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is the problem. Now what is everyone saying now about Daniel Jones? They're 6-1. Daniel Jones is still playing the exact same way he played last year.
uh, I don't agree with that. He's barely turned the ball over, which I think is a huge key for their success.
His stats is relatively the same, outside of
And I feel
maybe
like
the
they have
turnovers.
to. Last year they couldn't focus on Saquon. Daniel Jones on the ground has been nasty. Like he has more rushing yards than who was it that I saw?
Daniel
The other
Jones
day?
right now in passing is 23rd in the league. All right,
Oh,
he's
Najee
6-2.
Harris.
He's has 6 touchdown passes, 2 picks.
It's
But he also
the
has.
turnover column that you need to be looking at the most, I think, with him.
But that's
He's
what I'm
always
saying,
been
6
able
and
to run
2.
the ball a little bit. He's always been in the bottom half of the league in throwing. I mean, and you can win by playing complementary football as long as you don't turn the ball over, and that's what they're doing. They're winning close games. They're making 1 or 2 extra plays and protecting the football.
Daniel Jones is my point of saying we can't always just look at the quarterback and be like it's the quarterback's fault. Okay, it's not the quarterback's fault. In Tampa, it's the offensive line. They have no Gronk anymore, so Tom Brady doesn't have a security blanket, and they're ran by a defensive head coach. All right. Green Bay, right now, our offensive line is dog shit, which is very interesting to hear talk about. Um, Defense is playing dog shit, and also we have no wide receivers to throw to. So it's that's right there. Those are the issues that you have with both of the top contenders with Green Bay. And
Well, what about the Bills? They're run by a defensive head coach, and Sean McDermott, and they're at the
but when you
top of my power rankings.
have well, I mean, my argument is when you have Stephon Diggs and fucking Josh Allen, I mean that pretty much negates your defensive minded coach.
What about when you have Tom Brady and Mike Evans?
I was gonna say that, yeah. I mean,
Tom
Brady's no Josh Allen, not anymore, but
not anymore. And then you don't have relatively Tom Brady's not a
you
quarterback.
have a
that's gonna
Leonard
run out.
Fournette. You have a Leonard Fournette compared to a Devin Singletary.
I mean, I love Lenny, but I still. I mean,
he hasn't been coming through for you so far. I've been winning that trade. You gave me Jamar. Back when I get people, they start going off.
Well, I mean, I'm still playing. I got Jamar for fucking nothing, so it's not
Yeah,
like
you
I
did.
gave up. I got Jamar for fucking James Robinson and Zach
I didn't
Ertz
mean
in
I
that
didn't mean
trade.
to segue on that.
And
But
Anyways,
yeah, no,
I
what's your biggest
I wa-
takeaway, Jake? Or sorry, Rob. Go ahead. Finish up.
no. Go ahead.
I think the Bengals are back.
Jake. Yeah, that was my takeaway. Was his Bengals?
I
are
think
back.
the Bengals are back. I think it was only a matter of time. A lot of people try to call them a fluke in the beginning. Like, bro, Super Bowl hangovers are real, regardless. I feel like if you wanted it or if you didn't. Like,
Joe Burrow was hurt.
yeah, Joe
He
Burrow
just
was
had
hurt.
like an
Had his
organ take out of him.
Had his
Yeah.
appendix taken out. The defense was still in question, which it could still be, maybe. But I mean, I think you have a three-headed monster in Boyd, Higgins, and Chase. You mix in the addition of Hayden Hurst. They have a squad, bro. They're in my top 5 power rankings.
Yeah.
I think they're back. So my biggest takeaway is, yeah, the Bengals are starting to turn that corner. I feel like,
Man,
Yeah.
the thing about the Bengals, now they got to the Super Bowl with almost the same question marks. Is I don't think that they're. I mean, Hendrickson's their best pass rusher on defense, 91, wears no gloves like a boss. I don't think they have a legitimate like top 10 edge rusher, and they don't have a good offensive line. Everywhere else on the team, they're solid.
Which is
if
weird.
not
They spend so
really
much
great.
money on the offensive line this year.
And I think there's no way in hell if you tell me they give up the same amount of sacks like this upcoming postseason if they get in, that they get to the Super Bowl. There's just no way that happens, in my opinion.
I mean, it's time to tell. I mean, they did pay, like I said, just pay a bunch of money for that offensive line to be revamped. So it just takes some time for them to get it all in sync with each other. I honestly think by the end of the year, the offensive lines could be a lot better than where it is. So,
talking about lines and stuff. T. Gray, do you like the addition of Hankins?
Talking about Hankins that the Cowboys just got. Yeah.
Yeah, do you like that?
I know we've talked, or I think you might have been gone that week as well, but me and Rob talked some trades, and I said my number one priority would be to get a big boy inside to help the run defense. And that's what he is. He's no Jonathan Hankins of 4 or 5 years ago when he was with the Giants as a perennial Pro Bowler, but I think he's going to come in and play 15 to at most 25 snaps a game and just plug up the middle, take on double teams, and hopefully not get moved around. So, I mean, you give up a 6th-round pick and you get a 7th in him in return. That's a very low risk type of trade. So I'm fine with it. I like it.
Tyler, are you feeling okay?
Why?
Your room's like really dark. I don't know if you're like going through some emo phase or what's going on.
No,
he
it's because
usually rocks the darkness.
Whenever we record here, the sun starts going down.
Sun's getting real low. There we go. We can see the room now.
You know what I say to you?
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
I don't,
Fuck them. Fuck them.
There was something at the bottom. I didn't see what the bottom was.
Has Zeke's number on it. 21.
Oh, okay. Well, so I want to play a game.
The way I read it in my camera too is "fuck me."
Yeah, that's what I was like. Sure. I want to play a game. All right, I'm gonna read off the stats of a quarterback, and I want you to name the quarterback. All right, and this all has a meaning behind it. Okay.
You're trying to make a point.
I'm trying to make a point.
Someone.
So name this quarterback. Dun, 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 dun. This quarterback has completed 123 passes out of 184 attempt, 66.8% completion rating, 1,514 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 picks, with 293 rushing yards, with 6 touchdowns and 3 fumbles. Who's the quarterback?
You gave it away earlier. It's Daniel Jones.
Nope.
No? 6-2?
No.
Okay, 3 fumbles.
I mean, the only rushing, I would say Jalen Hurts.
Jake, you were right. Jalen Hurts. Okay. Now we're going to segue to game. Who would you rather?
6 total touchdowns? Is that what that was?
No, rushing.
Six passing, 6 rushing.
Okay.
3 fumbles, 2 picks. So he's 12-5 technically if you want to add it up all together.
Sorry, I didn't hear
that
part.
Name this quarterback, and who would you rather? This quarterback is 158 completion out of 215 attempts, Has a completion rating of 73.5%, 1,712 yards passing, 11 touchdowns, 3 picks, has 132 rushing with 1 touchdown, 3 fumbles. Who's that quarterback?
Patrick Mahomes.
Nope. No one's gonna get it. Unless Jake's like trying to go and look it up.
He's being sneaky down there.
No, the 6 rushing touchdowns is what gave it away for Jalen Hurts.
See, I didn't hear that part for some. I didn't even hear the whole thing right there. I didn't hear the completion.
Play the passing touchdowns and rushing again.
So he's 11-3 passing and interception, and he's 1 for 3 for rushing touchdowns and 3 fumbles.
How many passing yards?
1,712. It's about 1,700. Has a 73.
What conference is he in?
NFC.
Sorry, NFC. God, my dang.
Yep.
I have to get a new headset. Is it Geno Smith?
It is Geno Smith.
Hmm.
Geno Smith has 73.5% completion rating, has 200 yards more than Jalen Hurts, more touchdown throws, and just under rushing yards. Who's the better quarterback in your mind? Who's performing? Jalen Hurts is not better than Geno Smith right now. Tyler, who's the better quarterback? Because Jake's biased. I can't give Jake anymore.
I mean, obviously the stats say that Geno's performing better. I think that if I had to pick one of the two to have on my team, it'd be Jalen Hurts. But I mean, you guys know how I feel about Jalen Hurts.
Okay. So
I'm not. Look, Eagles are 6-0. I don't think a lot of it has to do with how he's been playing. I think he's been playing he's just like Daniel Jones. He's not turning the ball over that much.
What do you think of Dak's performance?
I mean, it wasn't anything that's you're gonna
hold him to the same standard. If Jalen Hurts came back and played like that, you'd be talking shit.
Hey, I wouldn't be talking shit, but I would say that you're coming off of a thumb injury. You have the third best offensive completion percentage above expectation of the week, and the most air yards out of the whole league.
He was 19 for 25, 207 and touchdowns, so it's not like he played shit.
200 yards and a tutty for Dak. I just expect so much more.
I mean,
coming off
when you're looking at it from a fantasy
a thumb rub
on your throwing hand. It's not like he was on the other hand. It was his throwing hand.
I mean, it's like
Cowboys for Sunday.
You gonna bear down this weekend?
I'm bearing down this weekend.
Man, you love trolling me, Jake, and I love it too.
I love it.
Let's continue my game, fellas. Let's continue my game. I have a few more.
I'd rather have Jalen Hurts though, Rob, if I had to pick. But Geno, I mean, the Seahawks might be one of the biggest surprises. Yep. Them, the Giants, and the Jets are right there.
Name this off AFC quarterback. This quarterback completions is 203 out of 308, 65.9 completion rating, 2,009 total yards throwing, and is 12-4 touchdown interception. Who's that quarterback?
Oh, it has to be a high-powered guy.
It's nobody, unless it's Mahomes, which I don't think it is.
I don't think it's. Nope. I'm gonna go with Herbert.
It's not Herbert.
Jake's looking it up right now because I can see his size. I can see it.
Herbert has 12 touchdowns.
Yep, 12-4.
I just guessed
65%.
That ruins the game if I look it up.
Now name this quarterback. 186 to 270, 68.9% completion rating, 2,097 yards throwing. He's 15-5. Touchdown interceptions, has 130 rushing with 3 touchdowns and 3 fumbles. Who's that quarterback?
I mean, it has to be another high-powered guy.
Is that Tua?
Touchdowns.
Nope.
It would either have to be Mahomes,
Burrow?
Allen, or Burrow. Yeah. Is it
who?
Is it Burrow?
It's Burrow.
I got it.
Burrow is the number. Burrow is the number 3 quarterback in the league right now.
So who would I rather have?
Who would you rather have of those 3?
I'd rather have Burrow.
I'd rather have Herbert.
I really liked Herbert coming out of Oregon. I still do like him, but I think he's underperforming. Like, yeah, he has.
Their
Josh
offensive
Ford.
line's banged up badly. They
Yeah.
can't run the ball
He has
worth a damn. They
Has
can't
the
run the ball.
Bengals been able to run the ball? Mixon's been getting
yes.
like 40, 50 yards a game.
Oh, they have.
They haven't been able to
Yes.
run the ball either.
Don't tell me they're running Samaji Perine or whatever you say his name either.
Piran.
Samaji Perine.
What's yeah? You pulled a Rob right there, Jake.
How do you say
Super
how do you say his last name? Perine or how do you say it?
Piran
P. Ryan.
played at OU.
Well, his first name's Samaji, right?
Yeah.
S-M-A. So I
Yeah.
said his last name wrong.
Samaje Piran, I believe. But
Yeah.
man, I think that's a coin flip right there. But I think
Mixon
I'm going to
does
go with
not have a
Burrow.
100-yard rushing game.
Okay, Austin Eckler has 380 yards total in the year for rushing.
Yeah, but he
Mixon
catches the
has
ball
more.
like crazy.
How much does he have?
380.
He has 405, so barely.
Look, I'm going to go with Burrow, not because of, like I said, it's a coin flip for me. I'd take them both, but I think Burrow just has that like higher it factor. Herbert, like Burrow won the Natty with arguably one of the best teams in college football and just looks so damn good doing it. Justin Herbert, he won a good amount of games in college, but it wasn't like he was carrying his team like some of those other guys that we've seen do it before. So I mean,
But
we're in the NFL now, but
did Burrow win that national championship because he's such a good quarterback, or because he had Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and a good defense? Yeah, but
I mean,
Kirk Cousins,
the team
Kirk
was
Cousins
stacked.
making throws to Justin Jefferson. I mean,
the team was stacked for sure. I think Burrow has that it factor though above Justin Herbert.
No, I'm not doubting that.
Rob,
I'm just saying,
Rob, if you were a GM,
Burrow lets his nut saying. Herbert tucks him in sometimes.
I think if I'm looking at okay, I don't even know what that means. But okay, I think if I'm looking at a quarter to both quarterback, and the line is very thin for me. It's like I would say 51-49 split if I was going to like go both ways. My big issue is Burrow's hurt more because he runs the ball. Remember, he had that rookie season where he just couldn't understand the meaning of sliding, and Tua's having the exact same issue as now. And Justin Herbert knows how to throw the ball away and is more patient and doesn't try to force things down the field. So I think I would choose Herbert over Burrow based on the injuries, and also he is a little bit more game manageable compared to Burrow.
I think Burrow is the more accurate quarterback.
If you were starting a team, Rob, and you were looking for a quarterback receiver combo, would you rather have Jamar and Joe or Kirk and Justin?
I fucking hate Kirk. So I love Justin Jefferson. If you get Justin Jefferson, Justin Herbert, that would be fucking amazing. But
what would you rather have in that? If that was the case,
if I was doing
Justin,
Herbert,
Joe, and Jamar,
I would do Justin. I would do Justin. Like
Jamar and Joe Shiesty's a nasty combo.
The way you say that, Rob, because you said 51-49 to Justin Herbert over Joe.
I just think
you think Jefferson's a better receiver than
I think Jefferson's more as a better receiver than Jamar. I think he is. I think that if I was ranking the wide receivers, Justin could be 1 or 2, and then Jamar would be like 4 or 5 or 6 in my mind.
See, let me say this. I think Justin Jefferson is so great at creating separation in on any place of the field. So it helps Kirk Cousins, who isn't as good of a quarterback as Joe Burrow. Where if Justin Jefferson went and played with Joe Burrow, Burrow wouldn't have all these or as many big time throws like he does to Jamar Chase, because Jamar Chase is a better big time or big play threat than Justin Jefferson is. But Jefferson, I think, is the better route runner.
That's what I mean. I would rather take the route runner over the big play down.
Rob, I got one for you. Would you rather have Justin Herbert and Cooper Kupp as your tandem, Justin Herbert and Cooper Kupp, or Joe Shiesty and Justin Jefferson?
Why is he Joe Shiesty?
So Justin Herbert and Cooper Kupp, or Joe Burrow and Justin Jefferson?
If anybody that can make Kirk Cousins a top 5 quarterback or a top 10 quarterback just
What
by
about Matt
himself?
Stafford this year? Matt Stafford's
Well,
dog shit this
Yeah,
year.
he's dog shit. I don't know. It's
Their
hard.
offensive
Just
line sucks
like
too.
you're not at that point. You're not really comparing quarterback because I like
No,
I
you're
said,
comparing
if you want-
duos. I'm not asking you to compare quarterback.
Well, no,
duos.
at that, but like you're more comparing the wide receiver. Like you're not.
I need
comparing,
an
like,
answer, Rob.
Are we talking
I
about
mean,
building a team for the future for like
Just
one
one
game?
year. 1 year. You're the GM and you need a quarterback and a receiver for 1 year. Do you want Herbert and Cup or do you want Burrow and Jefferson?
I'm doing Burrow and Jefferson. I like Justin. I like Justin Jefferson going down the middle of the field. I mean, what? That has nothing. Like Cooper Kupp hasn't really gone in the middle of the field as much compared since his ACL tear than Jefferson has, and obviously rightfully so. They don't want to injure him, but
Cup's
I
always
think-
over the middle of the field, Rob.
what are we talking about? He's more of the nowadays. He's more
He plays the
route running
slot
to the
like
court.
80% of the time, I bet you.
I don't know.
He's not running wheel routes down the numbers.
I just remember pre ACL, he was more potent in the
Well, he
middle
didn't.
field, and
Yeah,
now I
his
don't
craft wasn't perfected. I think he got faster after a few years too.
Yeah,
Cooper
I still
Kupp.
think I mean, again, Cooper and Cup would be 1 or 2. Jefferson would be 1 or 2. So it's
I
just
think
like,
I'd pick Joe and Justin just because I think Joe's better than Justin Herbert. We got a lot of Justins today, folks. Sorry.
yeah, we got a lot of Justin.
I
mean,
got one for
like
both
Justin
of you guys, though. All right.
Okay. I have one more stat that I have one more person to ask you guys.
Not
So
the
like
stat
we need
game.
All right, yeah, let's hear it one more time.
It's
One more
actually
time.
it's actually a rusher. Name this rusher. He has
Okay.
510 rushing,
I thought you
66
meant like a
attempts, averaging a
defensive
7 points.
end.
No, 66 attempts, averaging 7.7 yards, 2 touchdowns as well. Who's that? Who's
How
that?
many
rusher?
yards?
510 yards rushing.
2 touchdowns.
Name that rusher.
Is it Travis Etienne?
Jake.
I mean, I got to rack my brain on all the NFL teams. You threw a curveball. Miles Sanders.
Dalvin Cook?
Nope.
No, Miles Sanders.
You guys give up?
more than two.
You're never gonna get it.
Let me go look it up. Let me go look it up real quick.
Lamar Jackson.
You said
Lamar
running
Jackson.
back.
He is the number 5
Nah,
running back
that's
in the league.
whack. That's whack. You said running back.
He
He's
did
the
say
number
rusher to
5
begin with, but
I said rusher. I didn't say running back. I said rusher. Come on.
you should have just said
He's the
offensive
number
player.
5.
You got us good, Rob. Trickster.
You got us, Rob. You little trickster.
But look it up. Like he's the number 5 rusher in the league. He is right under Derrick Henry with 510 yards rushing.
Let's pull Devontae Adams stats for Tyler so he can get a little order real quick.
So
I mean,
yeah, all right, Tyler, you said
yeah.
you had one. That's my stat game.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna play the stat game, but I'm gonna do a would you rather. And we're talking about a lot of young folks. We're gonna bump it up a few years. Would you rather have Tom Brady and Devontae Adams, or Aaron Rodgers and Mike Evans? We're gonna flip those receivers. I know Adams is
Tom and Tay.
Tom,
Double T.
yeah, definitely taking Adams over Evans any day. That's not even a question. And I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan. Like Evans is always
Really?
hurt. Like he always drops the ball. Like I'm taking Evans. I'm taking Devontae. I love Devontae.
Evans has had more touchdowns than Tay in the past 5 years.
Yeah, but who's
play with
who's
Jameis
reliable?
Winston.
And who's more reliable though?
I mean, I'd rather have Tom and Tay too, but I'm
Exactly.
just throwing that out there.
No.
Hold on, I got a stat for you. Hold on, guys. I got a stat. The last 3 years in fantasy, Devontae Adams has been wide receiver 1, wide receiver 3, and he's currently wide receiver 6, and wide receiver 24 when played 12 games before that. So that's who I'm taking.
I wonder who said that.
Shout out to my Stat Gen, sponsored by Tyler Gray.
Yeah, get that stat guy some extra love, man.
Some money.
But
so
you guys want to jump into power rankings?
Yeah, sure. So
Let's do our power rankings, our Thursday night pick, and then MLB playoff or World Series.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'll go first. Bills 1, Eagles 2. That's backwards, by the way. Chiefs are 3. I'm having the Bengals 4, and I'm doing. I think that the G-Man is cracking my top 5.
I got Eagles 1, Bills 2, Chiefs 3, Bengals 4, Vikings 5.
You were a little
So
hesitant.
you
on the
got
Vikings
you
at
got
first.
Eagles, Bills, Chiefs,
Bengals, Vikings.
and Rob. You
I don't
had Bills,
want anything to do with
Eagles,
the G-Man
Chiefs. Who's your fourth team?
Bengals, G-Man.
Bengals,
All
G-Man.
right. Well, I got Bills. I got Chiefs. I got Eagles.
Oof.
You're ridiculous, man.
Dude, the Chiefs just put up 42 on San Fran's defense on the road. They've been way more impressive every time I watch them than watching the Eagles. Yes, the Eagles are undefeated, man. But like, how many impressive wins have they had? Like big time impressive wins.
Just can't wait to
Like,
get more.
no, tell me how many big impressive wins have they had? I guess against Washington, maybe
Cowboys.
Not really impressive, but yeah.
9 points against a
Cowboys.
backup quarterback, where they scored
Forced three interceptions.
On a
against
backup quarterback?
Yeah, I mean,
Literally
dude,
the exact same argument he's going to keep telling.
look, the Eagles are a bona fide Super Bowl contender. I'll admit that, but they're my number 3
but
team.
really quickly, T. The next 5 games, 6 games. How many of these can the Eagles do you think can win?
I looked at their schedule the other day.
Steelers?
They could go undefeated, man. They have an
Steelers,
easy
Texans,
schedule.
Commanders, Colts, Packers, Titans. They could easily go 6-0.
Yeah, I agree.
I think definitely 8-0. Steelers and Eagles. 9-0. Steelers, Eagles, and Steelers, Texans, Commanders.
All right, I got them at number 3 though.
All right.
My number 4 team. This is where I'm kind of like going back and forth. I want to put the Bengals there, but there's still too many question marks for me on that team.
How about them Cowboys?
Cowboys aren't my number 4. It's the Minnesota Vikings.
Nice.
They're in my power rankings for the past 2 weeks. They're going to come in for a 3rd week. But my number 5 team.
The Dallas Cowboys.
So what they have to say to everybody too.
Man, why do you do it?
Look, you guys included the Bengals and the Giants in your Power 5. The Cowboys have beaten those 2 teams. The only team that they've lost to on that list is the Eagles, and they lost to Tampa Bay week 1. I think that they have a more complete team than Cincy. I think they have a more complete team than New York.
Do the
Listen,
the Bengals already played the Cowboys this year?
The Vikings.
Yeah, they beat them.
Vikings are about
Cowboys
to
beat the Bengals.
go through the Vikings
Week 2.
are about to go through a really tough 4 weeks of their schedule. So, do you think the Vikings are going to come out here at least 500? They're playing the Cardinals, the Commanders, the Bills, and the Cowboys.
I think they go 2-2 in those games.
So who's the 2? So the Cardinals are being the Cardinals and the Commanders? Because they ain't beating the Bills and they ain't beating the Cowboys. And according to you ain't beating the Cowboys either.
Well, they're ahead of the Cowboys right now in my rankings, but I think the Cowboys
saying the
are a better
Vikings
team.
can beat the Cowboys?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying currently right now, that's my power rankings. I think an honorable mention too is a team that hasn't really been talked about a whole lot this year, and it's the Tennessee Titans. I think they're a team to watch out moving forward. Now, I'm not sold, nor anybody is, on Ryan Tannehill, being an elite guy by any means. But if you look at their roster, they have a nasty physical offensive and defensive line. They don't give up a whole lot of big plays. And they got Henry, who just wears you down every game. I think they have the potential. They got the potential to play with any team out there.
Listen, Ryan Tannehill is the biggest scam artist of all quarterbacks of all time.
No, Baker Mayfield is. Baker Mayfield.
Oh no!
What about Derek
No,
Carr?
the contract to say.
Not all.
No, Derek Carr's no. Derek Carr's
the ultimate scam artist.
Ryan Tannehill's the ultimate scam artist. He got a huge contract and just suck ass the whole time.
Derek Carr's been paid more than both of those guys, so
yeah.
But Derek Carr doesn't.
Tannehill at least went to an AFC Championship game.
Yeah, because you had Derrick Henry and a great defense. I mean, come on.
They have my boy AJ Brown.
Yeah, they did.
I think they do need to turn the page and give Malik Willis the reins, though. I think it's time.
Yeah, I think it's time. Like Ryan Tannehill only has a 1,097 yards passing this year. Marcus Mariota, Davis Mills, injured Russell Wilson, Jimmy G, Carson Wentz, Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, Jacoby Brissett all have better yards than that guy. So, like, it's time. Time to move on.
Tyler, what do you think about the Colts benching Matt Ryan?
Well, he's hurt too.
I'm actually surprised by that move. Just because I feel like they should, with what they gave up for Ryan and his veteran presence, they should ride it out. But he hasn't been performing very well. But they haven't been able to run the ball very well either. And that's what their whole team's built around. So I think you got to cut him a little bit more slack. But they're going to go with a guy that is actually going to be probably better suited to play behind a bad offensive line in Ellinger, who can move around a little bit. So we'll see.
And he's hurt, and supposedly he has that shoulder injury, so it just makes sense for them to kind of cut it loose at that point.
So
fellas, I think we want to definitely touch on some baseball before we wrap.
Let's get our Thursday night picks though, real quick.
Thursday night.
And also,
Actually,
I want my Sunday pick.
pick.
I picked Miami by myself on Sunday on our live show. I'm gonna go ahead and just be nice and
call it.
And that doesn't count towards your win total though.
No, it counts. It definitely counts.
No, it doesn't. Nah, that's whack.
Well, let me finish, Jake. I'm going to give y'all the benefit of the doubt
finish.
and say that y'all were going to pick the Dolphins too against the Steelers.
Of course.
But,
of course. I mean, I wasn't picking those.
No, we'll never know for sure, though, chat. We'll never know.
Nah,
but, all right, Thursday.
I say we just scratch that week.
Well, just give ourselves all wins.
Well,
I made the pick. I made the pick, yeah. So me and you are 4-3. Drops 3-4.
Okay. So who are we picking for Thursday Night Football? Jake,
I'm taking Tom Brady and the good old fighting Buccaneers.
This is a tough game to fucking pick.
That's a great game, actually, if you think about it. Lamar Jackson and Tom Brady on Thursday Night
Baltimore is favored by 1.5 right now on the road. There's just no way Tampa Bay loses, 3 or 4 in a row? Baltimore has been I think Baltimore is a really good team. I think they'll be in the playoffs when it's all said and done. You know what?
The wild card.
You know what? Tom's going through this divorce. He's dealing with adversity like he's never dealt before during the season. Give me Lamar. Give me Lamar and the Ravens.
I wish we would have kept a running total for Thursday night and Monday night.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could do mid-season running totals for Thursday night if you want to.
Yeah, what's week 7? We can start today. Somebody needs to start taking tallies.
Okay. Well, you came up with the idea, so guess what? You get the tally. So
I got a lot
I'm gonna pick.
A lot on my plate. I need your help.
Oh God, you can't pick like numbers.
Okay. Right, let's just do it together. We'll keep up with it.
I'm gonna pick. I just looked it up right now. Mark Andrews is in practice today. He's trending not to play on Thursday, so I'm gonna pick Tom in Tampa.
Can you guys allow me to put like a amendment to my pick to where if Andrews doesn't play, look, we're on Tuesday right now. You should allow me to do that.
Because I just looked it up. So I mean, if you locked your pick, and this is your chance. To switch.
Look, I knew
Tyler,
he's banged up.
We're in Vegas right now. We're at the sportsbook counter. You're up to. I've already gotten my ticket. Rob's already got his. There's people in line waiting behind you. Hurry up! Get this doofus out the way.
We're flying out tomorrow.
We're flying out tomorrow. Hurry the fuck up!
All right, I'm gonna bet on Andrews playing. Then I'll keep Baltimore.
You keep Baltimore. Yeah. Probably won't, but okay. All right, so I got Tom. All right, let's talk about baseball.
I mean, I know what my pick is. If y'all been following along, but Rob,
I think this is me. I mean, we both know that you guys are.
Of course, it's the New Yorker.
The New Yorker. I mean, if I look on paper, all right, line up the lineup. All right, both teams have really solid lineups. Do I believe the Philadelphia Phillies should make the World Series? Hell no. Like, their pitching's not that great. But they have that magic. I think that this is going to go to Game 7, and I think dramatic pause. Philadelphia Phillies going to win in 7.
Astros in 5.
Phillies in 7. I think that the Magic's there. They were probably the lowest seed. I thought they were going to get through the Cardinals easily, which they did, and I didn't think they were going to beat the Braves, especially beating them at home Game 1. And then beating San Diego too. Just like, wow.
Can we put a wager on this
there.
game that does not involve hard cash? Maybe like a bottle of liquor or something.
We already got that going for the Sunday night picks.
Yeah.
Well, what can we do for the World Series that doesn't involve actually giving each other money?
I mean, I don't know. What do you want to do?
Tyler, what's that whiskey that you used to have at the Barracks apartment? Y'all had fucking
Bird
30
Dog?
bottles. Bird Dog.
I haven't drank that in a while.
How about a good old bottle of Bird Dog on the line?
Well, the problem is though,
I don't know how
can't
good
get
that
any
stuff
of that
is
stuff.
nowadays.
Huh?
But if I win, what do I get? Because you guys can't send me liquor because I'm traveling.
Why? We can't mail it to you somewhere where you won't be somewhere for
Where the hell are you going to mail it to? I don't have a mailing address.
It's a Venmo.
Where are you living?
Let's
And a hotel.
We'll send it to the fucking hotel.
Yeah, you're gonna have
let's
the first
let's
class
just do a
shipping.
friendly background bet where we gotta.
We can send you like a $40 Specs gift card.
I don't know what Specs is, so you're sending me stuff I don't even know what it is.
Or okay, fine. I'm done fucking trying.
You got a Total Wine by you? Total Wine's where it's at.
No.
Yeah, Rob. What the fuck? Where are you right now?
Yeah, I'm in Detroit right now, so.
You're not in Detroit.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're fucking not, you liar. You're not in Detroit. Show us proof that you're in Detroit.
How am I going to show you proof I'm in Detroit?
Gunshots fly off in the background.
Yeah,
where are the gunshots at?
Nah, that's fucked up.
Anyways,
look, I think Astros are going to win. I think they're going to split the first 4 games. And then the Astros are going to win the last game in Philly and then game 6 at home to close it out.
Astros in 6. I got the Astros in 5.
So Astros 6. I got the Phils in 7. So, all right. So there we go. It's gonna be interesting.
Fuck Philly. Anyways,
you just hate Philly.
I mean, honestly, I really don't care about the Phillies and the 76ers. I actually kind of like the 76ers, but yeah, fuck the Eagles for sure.
And we got the Eagles and the Texans next Thursday night. Man, it's gonna be. Hopefully, it'll be.
I saw, those memes where it's like a fantasy football trade. I receive so and so, you receive like dog shit.
Yeah.
I saw on there it was like, I receive a Astros World Series win, you receive a Eagles win over the Texans. Like,
all right, fellas. Well, I think that.
What if Houston sweeps Philly? In both sports, baby.
And they complete the 11-0.
If they sweep Philadelphia, I will.
I'm saying just Astros win the series and Texans win.
Well, if they sweep overall, Texans win and Astros win, I will come with that Astros background on the live show.
Well, fellas, it looks like the sun's gone down even further.
Yeah, we gotta. If the Astros win, you gotta buy. You gotta pay Tyler's electricity bill, Rob.
Yeah, so.
Man, I just don't want to get up in the middle of the show and turn my light on. Hey, whenever I move though, my the new studio is gonna be. Just get ready for it.
What are we looking at? 3-2, 4-3.
Wait, what?
Did you say whenever you move?
Yeah, whenever I move, the new studio is going to be looking real nice.
Is your studio going to be like your house? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Are we looking at a 3-2 bed, like bed bath, 4-3? What are we looking at?
Oh, it's 4 2.5.
4 2.5. Nice.
I really wanted a 3-2, but I mean 4 2.5 was what we settled on.
Give you extra space.
But anyways, fellas, I think that concludes another episode here on Off the Clock.
Until Sunday.
Yep. Hey, guys, as always, if you're watching, like button, subscribe button. Follow us on our socials in the description below, and go ahead, join the fucking Discord. I know we got quite a few people now in the Discord. it's ramping up. So, anyways, fellas, y'all take care.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Right,
Let the fucking credits roll.
Thanks for tuning in to the Off the Clock Show. If you enjoyed what you heard, go ahead and hit that like button. If you really want to show your support, please consider subscribing. You can also follow us at our social media sites listed in the description. We will talk to you next time. Off the Clock.